As the Father has sent me, even so I send you. Jesus said these words to the apostles in his first appearance to them after his resurrection. The risen Jesus sent the apostles to be his emissaries in the world, just as the Father had sent him into the world, to share with us his divine life, to save us from sin and rescue us from death. My brothers and sisters, the mission Jesus entrusted to his disciples is the church's mission in every age, including our own. We have received the mandate to preach the gospel, to share the truth and the joy of our faith with others. When I think of the history of the church in the territory that became our diocese, I think of the first missionaries who came here from France back in the late 1700s and early 1800s, and their zeal for the spread of the gospel, and their love for the Native American, Potawatomi, and Miami peoples. I think of the incredible sacrifices of the many immigrant priests and religious sisters and brothers who built the church in Indiana. And I think of the faith-filled Native American Catholics and the early immigrant Catholics who treasured their faith, built parishes and schools despite their poverty and amid the hardships of the Indiana wilderness. They are an inspiration for us today of perseverance in faith, generosity, and charity. We are living today in a time of profound change with new challenges, a crisis of faith among many in our culture, an increasing number of people, especially young people, who have become disaffiliated from religion. There are currents of thought that are detrimental to moral values, human community, and true human flourishing. Rather than just lamenting the state of society, we are called as disciples of Jesus to not only persevere in our faith, but to spread the faith, to witness to our hope in Christ, and to spread his love in a world that so desperately needs it. This is our mission. This is the mission supported by the annual Bishop's Appeal. All the ministries and activities supported by the appeal have this common aim. Our Diocesan Communications Department, our educational apostolates, our marriage and family ministries, our current efforts in the National Eucharistic Revival, and many other initiatives are supported by our annual appeal.
The annual Bishop's Appeal is crucially important in helping fund each of our diocesan offices and the work that they do. There are 13 areas supported by the appeal. I would like to share just a little bit about each of those areas and how much support they receive. Catholic schools are the biggest recipient of funds from the annual Bishop's Appeal. The projected 37% of the Bishop's Appeal total translates to $1.9 million for Catholic education, with $1.4 million of that for our 4 Catholic high schools and $500,000 for our Catholic schools office, which supports our 39 parochial schools, serving over 13,000 students and employing over 1,000 educators and staff.
Your prayerful giving has allowed the Catholic Schools Office to support the professional development of 43 schools across our diocese. We are so blessed to have that for the support of our teachers' growth and our principals' growth.
An estimated 12%, or $600,000, will go to our Secretariat for Communications and Today's Catholic, our official diocesan newspaper. This money is used to produce the newspaper and to share the gospel message and church news through print, digital, and social media avenues.
Our biggest project in the communications department is Today's Catholic, our weekly diocesan newspaper. The paper offers people a chance to learn about great things happening in the parishes that they can be a part of. It's also a great way for parishes to share what's happening in their parishes because people can read about it and then maybe go to events.
Funding retirement for priests who have served our diocese is an anticipated 10% need, or $500,000. A forecast of 9%, or $470,000, will go to the tribunal. These funds are used to serve those seeking to examine the validity of their marriage. Catholic Charities has an estimated 8% need, or $425,000. As the social services agency supporting the diocese, money is used for Catholic programs for the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical welfare of persons in need. A projected 6%, or $300,000, will support parishes and agencies in need. These funds are dispersed by the bishop based on consideration of the requested funding and the urgency of the need. Pastoral Ministries and Catechesis has an expected need of 5%, or $250,000. Money is used for evangelization and faith formation and supports ministerial work done in parishes. An estimated 4%, or $200,000, of the annual Bishop's Appeal will go to seminary education. This funding goes to the education and formation of our future priests. Continuing education and formation for priests is projected at 3%, or $150,000. Funds are used to allow our priests to continue to learn and grow in their vocation as they minister to the faithful. Hispanic ministry also is calculated at 3%, or $130,000. Money is used to strengthen pastoral care of Catholics with Hispanic roots and parishes with Hispanic programs. A forecast of 2%, or $100,000, of the annual Bishop's Appeal is set for the Office of Worship. These funds are used for training and formation of music and liturgical ministers in the diocese, as well as the arrangement of diocesan liturgies. Youth and young adult ministry is also projected at a 2%, or $100,000, need. Money is used to support the Catholic faith of high school teens and of young adult men and women in their late teens, 20s, and 30s. All told, the projected need for this year's annual Bishop's Appeal is a little more than $5.1 million. You can find information on all these offices and programs on our diocesan website at diocesefwsb.org. Thank you for your support of the annual Bishop's Appeal, which does so much good for the mission of the gospel in our diocese.
Thanks to your generosity, the Church's evangelizing work is being carried out in parishes, schools, and communities throughout our diocese. May the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Mother of the Church and star of evangelization, intercede for us and our diocese.